Welcome to Diary of a Fit Girl with your host Radha, the #1 show to successfully live a health and fitness lifestyle and to be your greatest self. After making the conscious decision to start working out, I promised myself that I would start the gym on Monday. And guess what? Monday never came. What's up, Rabbles? I'm Rara, your host. Welcome to Diary of a Fit Girl, where we are in episode 2 of the first 10 episodes of the beginner series for anyone who wants to start living a healthier lifestyle. 10 years ago, I had made the conscious decision. If you listen to episode 1, you will know and understand what step 1 is. And if you are joining us in this episode, I'll tell you that the previous episode was all about making a conscious decision to start working out. Now, this episode will take you through step 2 of what you need to do. So, 10 years ago, after I had made the conscious decision to start working out, my next step was going to the gym. The biggest hurdle of them all. I began Googling gyms in my area. The closest gym was a community leisure centre that had all the facilities that I had wanted. You know, all the weights I needed, a swimming pool, sauna, steam room, and even more, since it was a leisure centre for the community. I'm sure you all have one in your area. I was so excited to start working out just by looking and reading about the gym that I wanted to join. I told myself that I would start on Monday, but Monday never came. Days went by, and I still had not gone to the gym to join. It was only a 10-minute walk from my house. I didn't have a car at this point since I was only 18, and and I had to walk there, of course, but that wasn't really an issue, was it? So it was only a 10-minute walk from my house. Why wasn't I going? The days soon turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. I had no idea how long went by from when I had made the conscious decision, from when I made the conscious decision to start working out. One day, I'll find myself awake at 2 a.m. watching QVC while they were showing the Insanity Challenge. This is such a hardcore workout if you have ever seen the advertisements or even taken part in the challenge itself. You know exactly how intense it is. Everyone in the video is sweating, they're dripping with sweat, they're physically in shape, incredibly lean and toned. You can see their muscles. But the one thing that we can all see is that it is intense as hell. But everyone is loving it. I couldn't understand why. And by the end of the video, I was desiring to work out just as much as they were. I wanted to work out exactly how they were. I wanted my workouts to be intense. I wanted to sweat just as much, just so I could achieve that fitness body. You know, I had to work out after watching that video. How could I not? I had to be in shape like everyone else in the video. There was no way I can delay now. I have to start tomorrow. I will go to the gym tomorrow. After promising myself I would go to the gym, I went to sleep and waited for tomorrow when I would begin my fitness workout and fitness lifestyle. So the next day came, and guess what? I somehow didn't end up going to the gym. I couldn't understand why. Why wasn't I going to the gym like I promised myself? I couldn't figure it out. What was stopping me? The nights for the following weeks were the same, all ending with this huge desire to start, but never actually starting. What was stopping me? Clearly, there was something wrong. Something was holding me back, and I had no idea what it was. Little did I know that I was afraid of going to the gym. It's a whole new experience when you've never been before. There's new facilities, new people, new surroundings, new everything. What do I wear? What do I do? How do I work out? What are the rules? What is gym etiquette? It's a whole new world, not just a new experience. It's crazy how the first time is like super, super scary. But again, I never made it that far so fast. As I had no social or family support, I refused to tell anyone of my desires because I knew people would stop me from working out. Like, don't get me wrong, you don't need anyone to succeed at this journey. You can do it all yourself. But if you do have dedicated support and others with the same goals who won't give up and will motivate you, make sure you align your goals with them and do it together. But if you don't have that, then it's completely fine. You can do this alone, just like I did. So, one of the things that I wanted to discuss were, why was I afraid? Why are other people so afraid of going to the gym? So I was rather curious. So I had to look at the definition of fear in the dictionary. And fear is classified as a strong emotion caused by great worry about something dangerous, painful, or unknown that is happening or might happen. So obviously, it's not something dangerous or painful unless you're afraid of being injured. That's a whole other story, but we will not be discussing that kind of fear in this podcast. So if that's what you're feeling, then you should probably drop me a DM and we can discuss that further. However, the most common sense of fear among the majority is that something unknown might happen, as it's unfamiliar territory. We fear going to the gym because it's a new environment, or I feel like this is something ingrained into our subconscious, perhaps from our ancestors from Stone Age, where new environments can bring danger as you don't know what lies there since you've never been there. However, in this day and age, in this huge information age, then it seems rather ridiculous to feel fear when we can Google what something is like, how someone is experienced, or we could literally just go onto YouTube and find a gym review and go through other people's personal experiences in a gym. It's really, really easy to figure out whether an environment is safe for us these days or isn't, with the exception, of course. So the fear really comes from being afraid of other people's opinions and being judged. This actually comes under social anxiety, if you really think about it. It's incredibly common for people to be feeling this way when they first decide that they want to go to the gym. It's actually crazy how common this is. And it's not just among people who have social anxiety. It is also people who are incredibly sociable. It doesn't matter if you are an introvert or an extrovert. It literally happens to everyone. Everyone has these thoughts and fears. So don't feel like you are alone because literally everyone fears this. Everyone feels this. Fears have been educated into us. But the great thing is that fears can be uneducated from us if we know how to. In my experience over the last 10 years, I've encountered countless people who expressed their desires to go to the gym, but they never ended up actually going. So I believe this is due to two reasons. Number one, because they are lying to themselves, saying They do not have the time and make limitless excuses, therefore ending the conversation and thoughts on the matter, completely dismissing any further fault. So, for example, these excuses range from I don't have time because of work, or I'm too tired, or I don't know how to, or even I don't have anyone to go with. And reason number two is because that they don't know that they have these blocks and fears because of social anxiety. Again, in order to conquer these unhealthy thoughts and habits, you would have to be honest with yourself to overcome it. Otherwise, you will keep going around in circles and you will never actually end up starting to work out or even ending up at the gym. And one thing, the one thing that we do not want is for you to say that you are going to start on Monday and it's been like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. By that time, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to begin, which is why I always recommend starting early and young and developing great healthy habits when you're younger. It only becomes harder the older you get. You have so much conditioning, social conditioning that will make it harder for you. So, my advice is start today. Don't delay. I just realized that rhymes. But yeah, take that take the rhyme there as our motto for this podcast episode. So, during the lockdowns, there was a huge, huge phenomenon of people working out from home, not just because all the gyms were closed and we weren't allowed to go outside, but because people enjoyed working out from home. Why would you enjoy working out from home when you couldn't even go to the gym? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? The same reason I was having such a huge difficulty of going to the gym myself. So, one of the reasons why there was a huge phenomenon was because it eliminated the fear. In the lockdowns, I had an exercise bike, which I used every day. And I even witnessed my parents starting to use it because of their curiosity. And I couldn't believe my eyes because they never work out. I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized because they had the same fears that all beginners have too. Even though they are in their 50s, they still have these fears. No matter what age you are at, these fears and insecurities transcend age. All these fears are just in our minds. They are, in fact, illusions. Don't believe them. Going to the gym your first time seems to be a daunting experience for new gym goers. It doesn't matter what age you are, where you live, what race you are, blah, blah, blah. There is so much fear in people's minds that prevents them from going to the gym. Working out from home is your best solution if you have any fears or blocks to start working out in the gym. This is what you should do. This is step 2. So everyone found it easier to start working out on that day without any delay because they were in a familiar environment, the comfort of their own home. It's safe. There was no danger as it was familiar territory. They didn't need to be afraid of what to wear, what other people would think of them, or how would they work out. They weren't bothered about wearing some designer clothes or some fancy gym wear brand because none of these fears mattered when you start working out from home. In fact, these fears disappeared into thin air. They no longer existed. This is the secret sauce to working out now. So, if we look back at my story, when I wanted to go to the gym, to actually go to the gym and join, I found it so difficult to actually go there. Like, it's crazy how difficult it was for me because I was doing it myself. So, by eliminating the fear factor and starting to work out from home, you'll literally start working out on that day. There won't be any form of delay. You won't wait for Monday because no one is even going to see you work out. It doesn't matter what you wear. So to me, this is the secret sauce to working out now. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't even need weights to start. You can start with bodyweight exercises, doing some sit ups and press ups. You literally don't need anything to start. It's really easy. So, as months went by, I could no longer keep on waiting for Monday to start, working out to lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle. So, I decided that I would avoid this dilemma by choosing another option. I chose option number two, to start working out from home to build my confidence in working out itself. So, what did I do? I went on Amazon and bought a dumbbell set and began working out from home. Keep in mind, these were lightweights, they were not heavy, so I didn't spend over £100. I roughly spent either 20 to £40. Wasn't a lot of money back then. It was like 10 years ago, so weights were much, much cheaper. And this is how I successfully began working out from home on a consistent basis. And this is how you can too. Once you know that you have this block, it is easier to overcome it instead of going around in circles, just throwing random excuses out into the world. So, if you're wondering why you never ended up in the gym like you promised yourself, this could be the reason why. So, I wanted to share a quote with you. There is no illusion greater than fear. Ask yourself this. Are you afraid to go? Are you afraid to start working out today? And answer yourself truthfully. If you lie to yourself, then you will keep going around in circles. But if you're honest with yourself, then you will overcome this obstacle and achieve your fitness goals that you so greatly desire. Going to the gym is actually very easy if you have healthy habits. I can confidently say that right now because I have lived these healthy habits every single day for 10 years and probably longer. However, as a complete beginner, you have to change your unhealthy habits, whether it's unconscious or conscious habits. And the unhealthy habit here is believing that you do not have time or some other excuse that you keep, and you keep completely dismissing the opportunity to make time. If you do want to start and you want to get rid of this unconscious automated response that the majority of people use as an excuse, then you need to actually think, when do you have time? Or better yet, how can you make time for a workout? Now I know what you're thinking. How can I make time? I work full time, or I'm a full time student, or maybe you're a new mother. So, no matter what, if you really, really want something, you will find a way. So, you really just need to figure out when you have time or when you can make time for a workout, whether that's a 1 hour workout, which I would recommend as the maximum, depending on whether you're doing yoga or weights. But if you don't really have time, then I would recommend maybe a 30-minute workout as a minimum. So you could work out in the morning before work or in the evening after work. Really figuring out and scheduling it will make it easier to start because you've put it in your calendar and you know exactly when it's going to happen. Personally, I always work out in the morning and have intertwined it with my morning routine. If I don't work out in the morning, then day just feels off. You may feel the same. You may feel the same way and will want to work out in the morning. However, maybe you prefer the evening, and that's completely fine. So you really just want to find something that works for you and stick to it. So remove the fear and start working out from home. Start working out now. Don't delay anymore. It's really that simple. If you are afraid of going to the gym or you don't want to work out at the gym, I highly recommend that you start working out from home. It will change your life for the better. When I started working out from home, it was just so easy and so perfect for me because I eliminated that fear of going to the gym, of being judged, of how to work out, of what I was wearing, the same thoughts that you're probably having right now. So, by working out at home, I was in the comfort of my own home. There was no danger, and I could work out however I wanted. I could do as many workout fails as I wanted to. I obviously didn't because my dumbbell set came with some workout instructions, and I started working out with small, light dumbbells, which were really easy to do. I could do chest workouts, push ups, sit ups, abs. I did a lot of ab workouts as well, which I highly recommend. And I had so much fun with it. All I had to do was play music and have a little workout at home. It was what essentially in, what essentially made me confident enough. I probably worked out at home for a few months, roughly about 3 months, I think it was, to about 6 months. I can't remember exactly how long I did home workouts for, but this was, even though I didn't know it back then, this was an iconic moment of when I started living my healthy lifestyle by working out 6 days a week at home with little weights, ranging from 2 kg to about just under 20. No, probably it's probably a bit heavy actually. Maybe about 14, 15 kg was like the heaviest from that dumbbell set. Essentially, that's all you need. It's more than enough. So if you do want to work out at home and you do want some workout gear, you can either buy you can either buy light weights that are dumbbells, or you can also use resistant bands, or you can just do body weights. It doesn't really matter, if you're doing body weight exercises, then you're obviously going to be handling a lot of weight. And if you're like me, I weigh 60 kg, so that's quite incredibly heavy for a beginner. So make sure you start off with easy workouts that are fun. Play a fun, cool gym music playlist, and you'll enjoy yourself. But what you do need to know is that home workouts are not forever. Home workouts will eventually get boring, but that's a story for another day. So, I'm going to share this quote with you that I did mention briefly before by Carl Augustus Menninger. Fears are educated into us and can, if we wish, be educated out. So, my friends, I hope this podcast episode educated you out of your fears as I did uneducate myself out those 10 years ago, somehow, all by myself. Now that I look back, it seems rather ridiculous and crazy. But speaking this now, saying this out loud, It just feels so right and so perfect. And I hope I have educated you out. I hope you do understand that you can live a successful fitness lifestyle, no matter what kind of person you are or what kind of being you are. It's all in your mind, and and you are able to accomplish everything within a fitness lifestyle, including everything that I have. So, the points that I'd like for you to take away today is number one, desire is not enough to start working out. Number two, ask yourself, are you afraid? And answer honestly. Breaking unhealthy habits is essential to begin your healthy lifestyle. And number four, if you are afraid of going to the gym and start working out, then start from home and build up your confidence. Start now and don't delay. I will close out my diary. I hope this step 2 was insightful to those of you who have any feelings of anxiety or fear. I hope that I educated you out of those fears. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next episode of the Beginner series.